Hello everyone, I am Prashant Kalidas Kaule, working as an assistant professor in Mechanical Engineering Department of Kekiwak Institute of Engineering Education Research Nasik. So today's topic under turbo machine, it's a steam nozzle. Let's start. So after completing this session, the participant will able to explain steam nozzle, explain classification of steam nozzle, and governing equations for the steam nozzles. So what is exactly the nozzle? Nozzle is a passage of varying cross section which converts the heat energy of a steam into kinetic energy. So one kind of energy is converted into another kind of energy. So pressure energy is converted into the kinetic velocity. Basically, the objective of a nozzle design is to produce the highest velocity of steam jet for a given inlet conditions of a steam with a minimum frictional losses. So the fluid which is flowing through the nozzles, it may be liquid, it may be gaseous. If it is a liquid, we'll treat this liquid as incompressible, and if it is a gaseous, then gas and steam, these are the two types. We treat this as a compressible. So types of nozzles. So types of nozzle, there are three types of nozzle: convergent nozzle, divergent nozzle, and convergent divergent. It's a combination. So what is a convergent nozzle? Along the path of a fluid, cross section area decreases. What is a divergent nozzle? Along the flow of a path of the fluid, the cross section area is increases. And combination of these two, convergent divergent nozzle, so the minimum area of that section is known as the throat. Okay, this is a throat, this is a throat. So there are three types. So what is the continuity equation deals with this? This is the important one. So M stand for the mass flow rate through the nozzle. So at entry and exit, the mass flow rate is always equal. So mass flow rate is given by AV by V. So A is a cross section, capital V it's a velocity of a steam or a fluid throwing the nozzle, and small v it's a specific volume of a steam. So A1 V1, small v1, it's a A2 V2, small v2. So this is exact at entry and exit, always a mass flow rate, it's a constant, same, equal. So shape of a steam nozzle. So this equation is derived from the continuity equation. We not go much more details. Now just assume that this is the exactly the equation we have derived from the continuity equation. Now what are the parameters in that? dA change in the area of a nozzle, dP change in the pressure, A is the area of a nozzle, V is the velocity of a steam, A is the acoustic velocity, and V is the specific volume of a steam. Now dP, what is the dP? Change in a pressure of a fluid. So always the pressure is always decreases, so decreases, so dP is always a negative in the direction of flow. Now there are three conditions of the velocity. If the velocity is less than acoustic velocity, what will happen to this bracket? So this bracket becomes a positive. Negative multiplied by positive, so what is this entire left hand right hand term becomes a negative. So dA by d negative means area decreases. When we want a subsonic velocity, we use the convergent nozzle. Okay, if velocity is greater than a supersonic condition, that time this bracket becomes a negative. So dP is negative, negative multiplied by negative, positive. So what is the dA? Area is increases, positive. So this becomes a divergent nozzle. And when V is equal to A, that time dA becomes a 0. Okay, the section is known as a throat. So there is no change. So steady flow energy equation. So this is steady flow energy equation. Okay, at an inlet and at an outlet. So what we assume the isentropic flow. So isentropic flow means Q is 0. There is no work done. So what is the work done? Is also 0. So what is exactly happening in the nozzles? There is the enthalpy decreases, and due to that there is an increase in velocity. So final equation, steady flow equations applies. So this becomes this. We are interested in V2. What is exit velocity? Exit velocity. So this is the equation for exit velocity. So H1 specific enthalpy of a steam at inlet, H2 specific enthalpy of a steam at outlet, V1 velocity of steam at inlet. So normally the inlet velocity is very less than V2, that's why we are neglecting, and this is the equation of a exit velocity. Now consider there is a term called nozzle efficiency. So this is the HS diagram. Entry point of pressure, exit point of pressure. 1 is the entry point, 2. So straight line indicate that ideal theoretical process, it is known as isentropic flow. But actually friction, what has happened, the flow is diverted, means process is diverted actual due to the fluid friction, and it is not exit, it is not 2 but it becomes a 2 dash. So there is a concept of nozzle efficiency. What is the nozzle efficiency? Nozzle efficiency, it's actual heat drop due to the fluid friction to the theoretical, means isentropic enthalpy drop. Okay, sorry, I say enthalpy drop, heat drop, and say enthalpy drop. Okay, so considering this nozzle efficiency, then actual velocity also changes. So this is the actual velocity coming out of the nozzle. So coefficient of velocity of nozzle is defined as the ratio of actual velocity of steam to the isentropic velocity of a steam at exit. Now consider this HS diagram on Mollier chart. This is the saturation line, above saturation line superheated steam, on saturated this is dry saturation, and below there is a wet steam. Okay, now this is the entry point, this is the exit point. In between P2 and P3, P2 stand for the saturation and P3 stand for the somewhat next condition. So what is exactly happening? The isentropic expansion shown in the steam expand from superheated condition, and when the pressure reaches to the saturation pressure P2, theoretically below P2 there should be wet steam, but due to condensation, what will happen? There is a quality of steam decreases as the flow move ahead. So condensation start, but theoretically condensation should start at point 2, but it is not happening practically. Why? Because due to short time, due to very high velocity of steam, so the steam continue as a dry saturated up to point 3, and condensation start after point 3. So the vapor between P2 and P3 is said to be super saturated or super cooled, and this type of flow in steam nozzles is called as a super saturated flow of or metastable flow of a steam. The limit of the saturated flow is given by Wilson's line. So normally it's 96 or just below the saturation line, 0.4 or 4% or 3%, just below. So what is the effect of supersaturation? So increase in entropy and specific volume of a steam, increases dryness fraction of a steam, reduces the heat drop below the thermal equilibrium, which causes decrease in exit velocity. Since condensation does not occur during the supersaturation expansion, the temperature at which supersaturations will occur will be less than the saturation temperature corresponding to the pressure. So these are the references. If you like this video, like it. Also please subscribe my YouTube channel by pressing the bell icon. Never miss the update. Thank you for watching.